It gives you what you are.
The ancients say that what you think,
you create
what you feel,
you attract what you imagine.
You become. Free your mind.
If you see it in here, you're going to hold it here.
Perhaps the greatest discovery in all of human history is the fact that you become what you think about most of the time.
If you say it over and over, it starts to be something magical.
All of this happened because of knowing how to apply the secret.
If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand.
You've probably been sitting there wondering, what is the secret? I'll tell you how I have come to understand it. We're all working with one power, one law. It's attraction.
Michael Jackson knew the power of the mind, and he programmed his own to manifest his success. He once said,
I look in the mirror and I would say over and over to myself, I'd take a deep breath, put my feet together, raise myself strong like a hero warrior, and I'd say, biggest selling album of all time, over and over in my mind, and I'd look in my eyes and I'd mean it. I'd say, biggest selling album of all time. And I wouldn't accept anything unless it was exactly what I wanted.
Once an idea has taken hold in the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
You can have, do, or be anything you want.
We can have whatever it is that we choose. I don't care how big it is.
Your mind will believe whatever you repeat, so give it something worth believing. Because every time you say, I am, you're not describing yourself. You're creating yourself.
Anything you say with the words I am, your subconscious will then take that as a command.
Fourth grade, I went in my closet, I said, I am going to the NBA. Anything you invoke with I am, the power of manifestation and what can happen in the universe comes true.
Every time you use the word I am, and you say I am weak, I am poor, that's blasphemy, because the highest place within you is called I am.
I don't want to be anything. I am everything I want to be, and I'm already there.
Whatever we say is what our life will be.
So this is why the people that live the most effective lives are always acting as if they're in the future and the future's perfect, not waiting to get there. Right.
What kind of a house do you want to live in?
Do you want to be a millionaire?
What kind of a business do you want to have?
Do you want more success?
What do you really want?
If you emit a frequency of want, what you're telling the universe is that you lack something, and you're trying to chase it. If you have a clear intention, and can see, smell, hear, and feel it as if it is happening now, you no longer need it. And that is when the universe will mirror your frequency. People often ask, how can I have a goal but also be content with everything I have? I ask them, when you put your destination into your GPS in the car, do you question whether you're going to get there? Or do you just accept that it's inevitable? And only concentrate on the next turn. That is how manifestation works. Once you see it, clearly and frequently, it's only a matter of when it will happen, not if it will happen.
Everything that's coming into your life, you are attracting into your life. And it's attracted to you by virtue of the images you're holding in your mind. It's what you're thinking. You see, whatever is going on in your mind, you are attracting to you.
Somewhere within you are still doubting, still questioning, still waiting for evidence before you fully accept. But the moment you truly surrender, the moment you relax so deeply into the knowing that you no longer care when or how your desire appears, that is the moment it begins to materialize. This is why some people manifest the things they no longer care about. Have you ever noticed that the desires you hold most lightly, the ones you do not obsess over, come with ease? This is because there is no resistance, no mental struggle, no energetic blockage.
And that principle can be summed up in 3 simple words. Thoughts become things.
If you change what you expect, you change what you believe, you change your dominant thoughts, you change your inner workings, you begin to attract into your life people, circumstances, events, opportunities, everything consistent
with your new thoughts.
Sit down, decide what you want, write it on a card, carry the card in your pocket, and read it as often as possible every day. I found if you write a lie on a card and you read it often enough, you're going to start to believe it. Believe, and your belief will actually create the fact. It doesn't matter what's happened in the past. You may not have a colorful background, and maybe you have. You may not have a lot of formal education, and maybe you have. But it really doesn't matter. If you've got a goal and you're willing to stick to it and study the laws, you're going to find out that you can win.
It feels familiar. I saw it so clearly. I swear to God, I saw it so clearly, so consistently, until it's here in reality. So
if you spend your time chasing butterflies, they'll fly away. But if you spend your time making a beautiful garden, the butterflies will come to you. And if they don't, you'll still have a beautiful garden.
Very basically put, the law of attraction says that like attracts like, but we're really talking at a level of thought.
Our job as humans is to hold on to the thoughts of what we want, make it absolutely clear in our minds what we want, and from that we start to invoke one of the greatest laws in the universe, and that's the law of attraction.
The reason people are unsuccessful is they think thoughts of unsuccess or failure. Another line, which is very, very important, says that all causation is mental. We live in a mental universe. All causation is mental. If you wish to change your universe, you have to change your mentality. And this brings us to the most important line of all, which is simply this. If you change your thinking, and you change your life.
If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. I want you to see in your mind yourself doing what you really want to do.
This is how to manifest anything using the power of affirmations.
You take the description of the new you that you wrote up. That new description should include no negatives. It should be in the present tense. It should not say, I am going to become. It should say, I am. I am so happy that I am, and describe everything that you want to be. As you write out this description of you, you're literally building brain cells. Those new brain cells hold an image of the new you. Now, this is how the change is made. You use this and you let yourself totally relax. Don't try and relax. Let yourself relax. You let yourself get emotionally involved in this image. And you know that every time you do, in a very relaxed state, wham, you just trigger those brain cells. And you know every time you do that, you're giving more and more energy to those brain cells. And in a relatively short period of time, those ideas will be fixed in your mind, and that's the way you'll live.
Because whatever you say to yourself and believe over and over again, you start to believe as a reality. You start to walk it and talk it and act it. So what you say is, I am unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I don't care what it is. I'm unstoppable. Nothing will stop me. The greatest of all qualities to guarantee success is the absolute willingness to go at anything and refuse to stop until you achieve it. And you know something? The statistics show that 95% of the goals that you set for yourself, you will achieve if you refuse to quit.
The moment they're believing more that it's done than it hasn't arrived, it'll manifest. One in particular, she was wanting to have a baby and get pregnant. She had visualized getting pregnant. She had been doing affirmations. She'd been grateful that she was getting pregnant, and she's like, still, I'm not pregnant. And I just knew that for a woman who can't get pregnant, getting pregnant has a lot of resistance around her. So much so that the resistance was outweighing her visualization and all the other things. So I said to her, I don't want you to visualize that. I want you to visualize holding the baby. That's the end result. I want you to visualize holding the baby. I want you to hear the baby. I want you to feel it in your arms.
Wow.
Pregnant in a month.
Wow.
And I've done that with a lot of women. To manifest, you have to believe. You have to believe that you already have whatever it is that you want. And the reason that you have to believe you have it already is because the subconscious mind is only operating in the present. It can't reason. It's just like a program. So if you say, my new car is coming, I'm going to get a new car, it's coming, well, then it's always going to be coming. You have to imagine you have it now. And the moment that you believe, there's manifestations instantaneous.
You don't manifest anything by thinking of it. With around 60,000 thoughts daily, manifesting every one of them would be chaotic. Instead, It's what exists in our subconscious that shapes our reality. The subconscious doesn't think. It creates life circumstances based on what's inside. How does a thought go from the conscious to the subconscious? Through emotion and repetition, thoughts paired with strong emotion and repeated imprint on the subconscious. To craft a new reality, feel your desire with intense emotion and repeatedly visualize it as already achieved. This is the formula for true manifestation.
All experience, all reality begins with a simple image in the mind. Hermes Trismegistus, from whom Hermetic philosophy and our teachings stem, stated over 2,000 years ago that images held in the mind affect the physical universe, and consequently, a particular image will bring about a particular effect, negative and destructive, or positive and productive, as we choose. Alchemy, the later descendant of Hermetic philosophy, incorporated this insight into a process called transmutation. Although confused by the uninitiated with the process or the transformation of base metals into gold, we know it is actually the process of inner transformation and spiritual development. By learning to create and control mental images, by holding a specific image in the mind, the alchemist experiences the effects produced by the specific energy of that image and finds those effects transforming not only the self, but extending out and transforming the world around the self. In effect, this means that without conscious, creative use of visualization, without a continued use of such visualization, fratres and sorors, we and our world die. Every day, in small, little ways, we become less, losing our vitality and aliveness.
You must know exactly what you want in this world. For example, suppose I wanted a home, but I had no money. I would make as lifelike a representation of the home that I would like, with all the things in it that I would want. And then, this night, as I would go to bed, I would, in a state, a drowsy, sleepy state, the state that warns upon sleep, I would imagine that I am actually in such a house, that were I to step off the bed, I would step upon the floor of that house. Were I to leave this room, I would enter the room that is adjacent to my imagined room in that house. And while I am touching the furniture and feeling it to be solidly real, and while I am moving from one room to the other in my imaginary house, I would go sound asleep in that state. And I know that in a way I could not consciously devise, I would realize my house. I have seen it work time and time again.
Let me give you a little known fact today that will increase your effectiveness in anything you do. It applies to doing a job, making more money, playing golf, cooking, raising children, teaching, anything at all. Now, while this has long been known by the most successful people of the world, it seems to have escaped the great majority. Whatever it is that you would like to do better, act as though you're a top-flight expert at it. And if you continue to play this part long enough, you will become an expert.
Your mind will believe whatever you repeat. So give it something worth believing. Because every time you say, I am, you're not describing yourself. You're creating yourself. So say it one more time, and for the man you're becoming. I am relentless. I am consistent. I am not who I was. I am who I decide to be every day. And today I choose to rise. There is a war happening inside you. Not outside, not in your job, not in your circumstances. Inside, in the deepest part of your mind, a battle between who you were and who you're becoming. And every time you hesitate, every time you say maybe, every time you retreat back into the old version of yourself, you're feeding the wrong side, You've been running on a program, not one you chose, one installed by others, built from fear, repetition, and survival, a program written by your environment, your parents' doubts, your teachers' limitations, your own failures, and that operating system, it's outdated, it's slow, it's reactive, and it's been sabotaging your future behind the scenes for years.
The subconscious mind is a powerhouse. It creates around us all that it believes to be true, according to the instructions that we give it. So if you give it the right instruction, you just been giving it instructions on how to do one thing: make money. That's it. That's what we're trained from a baby. Make money and how to look good. Something that's always cosmetic. It's not real. So you're chasing an illusion. So when you're dealing with something that's real, it says your subconscious, it only acts upon what it believes is true. So the reason why some people can hear this knowledge and it don't register, because subconsciously they don't believe that's true. They believe that college makes you happy. They believe that money makes you happy. They believe that success in all its forms of the career makes you happy. And until they find out in actuality that is only something to sustain you and actually ultimately to keep you dead, and abandon that by deleting it from the files, they can't put the new shit in. So it's talking about deleting the files, but the subconscious only will create that what you innermost think is true. So no matter how much you hear this, until you bear witness that maybe the shit that the brother is talking about might be true.
Just close your eyes and use this technique and just think like this. First of all, visualize the perfect outcome. Visualize the perfect outcome. In other words, visualize, if you could script what was coming up, the interview with your boss, the sales presentation, so visualize the perfect outcome.
Your imagination is actually very, very real. Everything you've ever imagined is real. See, I tell young people like this. First of all, this is how your imagination works. You got to grab this concept. It is impossible for you to think an impossible thought. That is impossible. You can't think something that ain't possible. You ain't that smart. And so if it's in your head, you gotta ask yourself, how did it get there? That's God showing you a preview of a coming attraction He has for you. The problem with most people is you think your imagination is hocus pocus. It's really not. It's a preview of a coming attraction. If you react to your imagination, that's where your real life is.
Your subconscious mind is only activated by commands that are stated in the present, positive, personal tense. So again, instead of writing a goal such as, I am going to lose weight in the months ahead, you would write, I weigh X number of pounds by a certain date. Instead of saying, I will earn more money over the next year, you would say, I earn X number of dollars by such and such a date. The more specific you can be in terms of what you want and when you want to achieve it, expressed in the positive, present tense, and beginning with the word I, the more powerful the effect will be on your subconscious mind. Goals written and stated in this way activate the laws of expectation and the law of attraction. They cause you to develop new beliefs about what is possible for you. They also activate the laws of emotion and correspondence. They increase your energy and stimulate your creativity. As a result, you start to move more rapidly toward the achievement of your goals, and they begin to move more rapidly toward you.
Nothing happens in the body except it first takes place in the mind. All disease is a lack of peace. No matter what the problem is, no matter what the difficulty is, it's a group of negative thoughts charged with fear and superstition, lodged in the recesses of the subconscious mind. All forms of therapy are good. The quickest, surest, safest way is prayer. This is why you're told the truth shall set thee free. Prayer is very simple. It's filling your subconscious mind with the truths of God, the same yesterday, today, and forever. And these truths neutralize and obliterate all the negative patterns. Then the embodiment or the trouble must disappear. You eradicate the cause. The lower is subject to the higher vibration. Hundreds of thousands of cells are dying every second right here. As you spiritualize your thoughts, the cells take on a spiritual overtone. They no longer take over the disease-soaked patterns That's the basis of all healing. You have a new body every 11 months. The body you're going to have the next few months is in the grocery stores.
That story you keep telling yourself about why you can't, why it's not the right time, why maybe you'll try later. That story is not yours. It's the virus in your code. And you don't fix a virus by negotiating with it. You delete it. One must be willing to burn his ships and cut all sources of retreat. That's not just a quote. It's the entry fee for change. If there's a way back, you'll take it. If there's an excuse, you'll use it. But if there's no way out, the only direction is forward. That's how transformation starts. Look at Henry Ford. The world laughed when he envisioned a horseless carriage. But he didn't ask for permission. He didn't ask, what if I fail? He said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And he believed he could. Every day, until he built an empire. He didn't negotiate with doubt. He killed it. You have to do the same. Kill the idea that you are your past. Kill the need to explain yourself to people who gave up on their own evolution. Kill the voice that says rest when it's time to build.
Before you go to sleep at night, feed your mind with a stream of messages consistent with what you want to be and have and do the next day. In other words, program yourself for the next day, the same way you program a computer. And what I do is I lie down and I close my eyes and I say, I wake up in the morning, present tense, and I feel terrific. I wake up in the morning, I feel wonderful. I feel full of energy. I believe tomorrow is going to be a great day. I wake up in the morning and I feel terrific. And then when you get up in the morning, the first thing that you say, the first thought that you program into your subconscious computer is, I feel terrific. I feel terrific. And what you do is you get up and you say it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and you repeat it over. I feel terrific. I feel terrific. Even when you feel terrible, say, I feel terrific. Your subconscious mind can't tell the difference between a real fact and one that you vividly imagine. And if you repeat, I feel terrific, very loud, I feel terrific, try it yourself. I feel terrific. I feel terrific. I feel terrific. What happens is the subconscious mind believes that maybe you do feel terrific, and it will actually give you a surge of energy that will wake you up and clear your mind even before you have coffee.
Whenever you wake up in the morning, today is going to be a great day. You have to nudge your brain, right? We have a conscious mind, we have an unconscious mind, we have a self-image, and your subconscious is paying attention to the words that the conscious mind is saying. And so if you're like, oh, I don't want to get out of bed, today is going to be a bad day, you're going to have a bad day because you just programmed your subconscious mind to do that. If you want to have a good day, it starts the night before. Is what went well today. So when I go to bed, I say a prayer, and then I go, what went well? And I go on a treasure hunt because I'm purposefully looking for what are the right things that happened. And I look for the micro moments, you know, like what's the smallest thing? And for me, where I live, I see a lot of hummingbirds and butterflies, and I just focus on them.
Every night when you go to bed, there's a period just after you close your eyes and you're essentially disconnected for a moment, your brain is operating in theta. Well, theta is hypnosis. You put a pair of earphones on at night, you play a program that you want to be true in your life. The moment you fall asleep, the conscious mind shut off, but the subconscious mind is now in record theta. So whatever is coming through the earphones at that moment after you fall asleep, you don't hear it, but the subconscious mind is hearing it and downloading it in a state of theta.
You know, this secret gives you everything you want. Happiness, health, and wealth. You can have, do, or be anything you want.
We can have whatever it is that we choose. I don't care how big it is.
What kind of a house do you want to live in?
Do you want to be a millionaire?
What kind of a business do you want to have?
Do you want more success?
What do you really want?
I've seen many miracles take place in people's lives. Financial miracles, miracles of physical healing, mental healing, healing in relationships.
All of this happened because of knowing how to apply the secret. You've probably been sitting there wondering, what is the secret? I'll tell you how I have come to understand it. We all work with one infinite power. We all guide ourselves by exactly the same laws. The natural laws of the universe are so precise that we don't even have any difficulty building spaceships. We can send people to the moon, and we can time the landing with the precision of a fraction of a second. I don't care if you're an Indian, if you're in Australia, New Zealand, Stockholm or London, or Toronto or Montreal or New York. We're all working with one power, one law. It's attraction.
Before you go to sleep every night, visualize yourself being, doing, and having the good which you desire. Because while you are asleep, your conscious mind is in abeyance for a longer period of time than at any other period in your daily life. And when you impress the subconscious just before going to sleep, the subconscious works with that idea that you've given it, even while you're asleep. The subconscious mind will be correlating you with all of the good which you have visualized. You say you may not realize it, but your mind is working for you or against you, even while you are asleep. And the mastermind within you says that if I be lifted up, I will draw all men unto me. And whatever idea you lift up before your subconscious mind, before you go to sleep, that idea is